What is America well known as?
A big melting pot, which have been added by undocumented immigrants from all over the world.
But do you know how many undocumented immigrants are now in America?
11 million! These people have stayed in the shadow for years because they are afraid of getting caught and being sent back.
Currently, though there are a big amount of illegal immigrants, they lack and need the pathway that leads to the American citizenship.
But Congress have not accomplished anything about immigration for a long time already, which made immigrants disappointed.
The Hispanic population has been irritated, to say the least, with President Obama for the past 4 years because nothing has been accomplished on immigration.
A representative, Adam Schiff, shows the current situation of illegal immigrants and the urgency of pathways to their citizenship.
It is vital that we approach the issue of immigration with a sense of urgency, a spirit of compassion, and a commitment to security. Most important, reform must provide a path to citizenship for undocumented immigrants and allow them to emerge from the shadows. My congressional office has one of the highest volumes of immigration cases in California, and the stories that are shared with me are heartbreaking. I receive calls from constituents every day describing the hardships that our broken immigration system has placed on their family, and I have heard their pleas for help. The current wait time for many family members to reunite the United States can be 10 years or more. Dreamers who come to the United States as young children and are pursuing a college degree or serving in the military have limited or no career opportunities and are stuck in endless limbo. Our broken immigration system takes a terrible toll on innocent families, local law enforcement, and our economy. We must not further delay action. The time to fix it is now.
The illegal immigrants terribly need to get documented and become American citizens.
But should Congress welcome them to the American citizenship?
In fact, it should, because they do have economic support to the American society. 11 million illegal immigrants in America currently provide 1.5 trillion to the US GDP, which is roughly equivalent to 1% in a decade, according to UCLA professor Raul Hinojosa Ojeda. Some of them even provide cheap labor and taxation while living in the United States.
Also, by documenting and legalizing them, it can make America get control of illegal immigrants to reduce the crime rate committed by them and lead them to the right path.
But what do the people think?
Some people in America believe that we can and should have our fence to keep the illegal immigrants out of the country.
Basically, there's two schools of thought here. There's a couple who absolutely think that we should and can build a fence along that whole border. I mean, there's some regions where it's just impossible because of mountains or deep canyons, but there are some that think, hey, just keep that thing going, it's working, it's helping, let's go ahead and do it.
However, some people have the different opinion.
But the majority of the sheriffs that we spoke to think that they just call it a waste of money. They say that if you build these fences, they'll find a way over it, they'll find a way under it, they'll find a way around it. In California, for example, they're taken to the ocean and going further and further out into the Pacific and then landing miles and miles and miles north of the border in California. In places in the desert, they're seeing these ultralight planes, these very small, lightweight planes that they're flying over the border fence and just dropping their loads and then returning back to Mexico. Tunnels are a very common occurrence. But even if there's a fence there's some places where cartels have actually turned the fence into a swinging gate. They'll go there at night, they'll kind of weld it and kind of get it ready so that they can swing it open, drive through, and then swing it back closed so it looks like it's still there. There's a lot of different ways to get around or over or under this fence.
In our interview with Professor Peggy Lin in University of California, Santa Barbara, she stated total control on borders is not possible and it is a waste of money to try to do that. But what do the parties think?
In Congress, Xavier Becerra, a Democrat representative from California, has shown Democrats' resolution of fixing a broken immigration laws immediately.
To help Americans thrive and prosper. And so we understand that. And we are prepared as members of the House of Representatives to do exactly that. One of the areas where we believe that we can help our economy, we can help our national and quite honestly neighborhood security, is to finally fix our broken immigration system.
But Republicans suggest piecemeal to fix the problems of immigration and focuses on borders issues, according to Professor Petty.
Representative Kristen Sinema told a story about an illegal immigrant story in her district.
When I was elected to Congress earlier this year, I was invited, as many members of Congress are, to address and welcome newly sworn-in citizens. And as the swearing-in ceremony was happening on a day that I was in Washington, a member of my team back in Phoenix joined that citizenship ceremony and spoke on my behalf. And after the event was over, I asked her how it went. It was her first time speaking publicly on behalf of our office, and I asked her what it was like. And she answered by telling me about her experience. You see, the staffer who went to the citizenship ceremony on my behalf is a young woman named Erica Andiola. Erica Andiola is a dreamer. She was born in Mexico and brought to this country as a young person. She went to junior high and high school in Phoenix, Arizona. She later went to Arizona State University and graduated with high honors. And she now works for me in my office as an outreach director. Erica spoke to the individuals who had just become citizens at this citizenship ceremony and welcomed them as new citizens to our country. And what she said to me afterwards was that one day she hopes to sit in that citizenship ceremony herself and to become a citizen of these United States. Mr. Cardenas, members of the 9th District, fellow citizens of this country, this is the reason we must get to immigration reform. Young people like Erica Andiola have lived in this United States for almost their entire lives and know no other country. And while they watch others become citizens, they still dream for that day themselves. Mr. Cardenas, we must make that happen for Erica.
Some illegal immigrants in America have spent their life and dedicated to the United States. Therefore, we should accept them as part of American citizenship.
In conclusion, for both Republicans and Democrats, they should start fixing the broken immigration laws immediately in the Congress by setting pathways for illegal immigrants to become American citizens.